Hey guys, it's a Monday afternoon. We're back. Now, what we were trying to do at this particular point is to tentatively try to move this over to Unreal Engine 5. Now, there are going to be issues, so we might not be doing this for too very long. Or we might end up starting a brand new project just to test out how Unreal Engine 5.1.1.1, I think it is actually going. Now, I have added the .NET framework because we were getting a lot of issues because there's some C++ in this, and also we've added the EMS save system, and we've added the iClone plugin, and there was one other one which I can't really remember. Well, it's the Voxel one, right? But we still have two issues, so this might not work. Okay. So, we're going to cancel that, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to launch 5.1.1, and we're going to find out if we still need these particular things. Now, I think we need two more things, and we might not be able to get them. Right, and it is this achievement system plugin and the oceanology plugin. Right, now we're trying to tell it to ignore them, but it's probably not going to do that, like so. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to here, we're going to go to our C drive, and the interesting thing is we don't have a plugins folder. Checking it's not in there, it's not. It should be in the top level here under plugins. Right, so let's have a look in here. You'll notice this has got a plugins folder, right? But our Groenland does not. But that doesn't mean to say we actually need one, because if they're installed directly to the engine, then we don't actually need one, right? But that does cause us an issue, right? Because I can't install this to the engine, therefore I can't really download it and install it. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, so we're going to have a little bit of a look. Unreal Engine 5 disable plugin. Right. Okay, so Let's do it by, probably name's not the very good answer there. Right, we've got that. We're going to open this with Notepad. Okay. Right, so in theory, we should be able to delete this. Right. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to save it as right. Then we're going to delete that. And is there anything else here? And I don't think there is going to be anything else. Now there's no, there's the oosh, right. We'll delete that. Right, we're not going to save that as old. Right, we're just going to save it. Right. And now we're going to open it. It's probably going to fall flat on its face, but we can worry about the rest of it later. It is loading this time. However, that's not the right starter thing. And I've just deleted the wrong one. I'm an idiot. But it's okay, I've got some copies of it. Right, so we're going to close that. We're going to close this because we made a mess of it. Because we're kind of silly that way. Okay. We're going to minimize that. We're going to open this with Notepad again. Then we're going to go to the D version, which is the one that we actually want to change. Right. We're going to copy that. Whoops, wait a minute. Okay. So we delete that then. This is the D version. Delete that. Right, and then we save this. We close that. We'll close that because we don't want to screw up that again. Right. And then we'll launch 5.1. Right. Not working. Not happening for us. I told you this could be a very short one. Do that again. By the way guys, these things never work as straightforward and simple as you think they are gonna. It's never a case of just, oh, this all works, that's great. That just never happens. It is doing something, apparently. Now the question is, has it done it? It doesn't say now you can open this or anything, so we don't know if it's doing anything in the background. I mean, it seems to be. Right. Is it just going to die again? Yep. Right. I know my colleagues got this to work. I don't know how we got it to work, but at the end of the day here, we're completely screwed. Right? All we can really do here is fire it up and try a few things. If I can't fire this up, well, what I could do is I'm not even too sure that's going to be a great idea. Right. We could do like a new project, but I don't know if that's going to be any help to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this dungeon chaser. right? So I'm not going to do that either because that's a bad idea. I would be better to just create a copy of this, right? Right, so it would be basically what my copy. Now, as I said, this is interesting to do because we'll see what issues we come up with. Whether it's just those plugins or whether we have another problem. Right, but hopefully it's creating a backup or something. Hope it's doing something, put it that way. Right, so how are you guys out there in internet land today? Just as a bit of background information, the reason we're doing this is because the level streaming options are a lot better in Unreal Engine 5. But we have a couple of issues where our sub-levels and stuff aren't coming in as my designer wants. And the point for me was to have a look with a fresh set of eyes and a completely different, just from a different point of view to see if I can find something that he's missed, or I mean, maybe it's not doable. We need to redo the whole thing. Hi, G Gergo. How you doing? I'm just waiting on a project getting redone in Unreal Engine 5. I want to check some of the issues that I had before with Unreal Engine 5, but that was a much earlier version. And if those problems are all sorted out, then we may move our project to Unreal Engine 5. But we need to find out first. Okay? We need to find out if there's still problems and if there's still major problems. One of the things I did notice, I was watching a couple of videos this morning, is the fact that the guys making the videos on like migrating to Unreal Engine 5 never mention and never have these problems. Which is kind of weird. You would think, and I'm pretty sure they do know about it, right? I don't for a second think that they think it's perfect, so I don't know why they don't say something about it. You might find hiccups with this or hiccups with that, but we're working on it, which would be perfectly acceptable, but it seems that a lot of their videos and stuff present it like there's never an issue. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys use Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal Engine 4? Let me know in the chat. Let's have a little quick poll, shall we say. Who's on 5, who's on 4? While we're waiting on this doing something. I don't even know if it's doing anything. I'm pretty sure it is, but... one of them things. I mean, I'm probably going to have to add plugins to this. I'm certain, no, I don't need to do the easy multi-save on this one. I'm not too sure if I'm using any other plugins on it. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Anyway, it is probably doing something. It is probably copying a whole set across to this fabric space. So if I open this up, right, and go to here and projects, it's probably going to have it's in there. Okay. Old Toy, hey, thank you for your stream. I teach Unreal Engine with you. Sorry for my bad English. No worries, mate. Unreal Engine. Oh, you picked the wrong stream because we're doing some stuff with Unreal Engine 5 today. Well, not a lot because we're having to do this. Right, there's Fabricus Bass 5.1 and there's Fabricus Bass 4.27. Right, so it is making a copy. Hi Mr. Spock, how you doing? Hope you're well. And we're screwing this up. Well, we're not screwing it up, it's just basically creating a copy. Oh, that's not so good, Mr. Spock. I hope you're better now. There's not much more I can say than that. I hope you're better now. And Old Toy, where are you from? Well, that's good. As long as you're okay now, that's the main thing. Right, so it is creating this, so I don't know the difference in the sizes, so there's no really much point in checking the sizes, because 5.1 project might be a heck of a lot bigger than the 4.27, I just don't know, or it might be smaller. No, I think it's going to be bigger. No, it's difficult to tell. I think it can only be bigger, right, but it's just going to depend how much bigger. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. Well, I hope you've got that sorted out and it's not going to affect you again. Old Toy from Russia. Alright. Alright. Dialysis. Well, as I said, I hope you didn't have it too bad, although having been in hospital and nearly dying doesn't sound good, right? And I just hope you don't have to go through it again. Well, we're hoping to make it look even better. If Nanite and Lumen are all they're cracked up to be, I don't actually know how our weather system is going to interact with Lumen and stuff. Nanite should be better for us, I believe, because it should up our performance. Although we were working on that anyway, so it wasn't as if it wasn't as if we were ignoring performance, right? I've been okay, just the usual. The only problem I have is with my eyes, and it's my wife that does it, right? I mean, keep this quiet, right? But she gets like the, the sticks that you put on fire. You light them and it's like the smell, incense sticks type thing. I'm not talking about, drug den type thing. I'm just talking about like potpourri type things, right? And they really go for my eyes. And I tried to explain to her and she doesn't get it. So when she does that, my eyes start watering like hell, and then I can't stop but start basically rubbing my eyes, and then it's basically the waterworks come on, and that makes it even worse, and it's just a never ending circle. But anyway, oh, you missed a good stream on Saturday, Mr. Spock. I was playing the games from arcades that when I went to arcades that I played. Like, obviously Space Invaders, right? Moon Cresta, Rally X, Track and Field, Dragon's Lair, Gauntlet, Hypersports, Phoenix, all of them. Did you remember the games? Oh yeah, so you probably got a laugh at me losing my rag. God, my eyes. Yeah, my wife was in just about 20 minutes ago. You've guessed it. Nah, Mr. Spock, I don't have 30 people watching. It's bots. And we don't know why it's bots. Because it doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't gain me anything. It doesn't gain the bots anything. I don't know why they do it. Right? I think the highest I've had is about 83. But as I said, it's I think I showed this the other day. Right? I'll show you now. Right, so what happens here is this is the live, right? Live viewers, okay? Number of views. So what I normally see is the likes of this. Now, this isn't a huge one, right? This is quite reasonable. But normally this will go up to like 1,000 or something, right? But then by the time 2 hours have passed after the stream, it basically drops and drops and drops and drops and drops and drops and ends up here. So you kind of get used to it after you've seen it happening for a month, for the last 3 months. You kind of get a feel for if people are watching or not, right? Or if it just goes mental and you know it's bots, right? But yeah, Oopsie. There's lots of things you can look at in your social blade and that to see if you've subscribers and if it's going up or down or whatever. But yeah, my mouse being sticky again. Oh, for goodness sake. I've got two problems at the moment. One, my sticky mouse, and the other one is my eyes are watering. So I can't see a goddamn thing I'm doing. Oh, dearie me. Give me a second to answer. My eyes are really bad. My eyes are watering like hell. I can't see. Is this going to actually do something, or has it done something, or is it still doing? Yeah, apparently it's still doing shit. I don't have allergies, that's the thing. I don't have any allergies. It's just smoke basically getting in my eyes. That's all it is. And she places it about 4 feet away from me as well, which doesn't help. But yeah. Well, at least that passed the time while we're waiting on this. I would have been better doing this and copying it across rather than letting it do this. This is the same as, see if ever you guys are packaging up a game, right? Don't let it zip it, right? Because that is an absolute disaster. Because number one, it takes forever, and number two, it doesn't zip it at all, right? I'm not one to complain about it. I'm not going to complain about it to her, you know. Just let her do what she wants. I'll suffer. Suffer in silence. Yeah, so we're doing a lot of development here. This is excellent. As I said, we're going to have to wait and get oceanology and the achievements thing. Right now, I don't know. I think the achievements thing is to do with third person adventure thing asset, and the oceanology is obviously an asset as well, right? But I've been basically moving all the code out of TP asset. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to check if Unreal Engine 5 still has the same problems as it did earlier, right? So does it turn into like a slideshow? Does it still not bring up the correct options? All of the little things that basically made it really annoying to actually do anything with, right? And in effect, do those things that are still outstanding outweigh the benefits of the level streaming? That's kind of it. It's a risk reward thing, cost benefit analysis, right? Where we've got a cost, right? And the cost is time. And that time is maybe going to be redoing the maps, right? Now, the benefit or the perceived benefit is better graphical fidelity, right? We can assume that. Oh, it's done something. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, we're going to say okay. But can we open it? That's the question. Do we now have a project? Can we please have a project? I don't know. Doesn't even put them in alphabetical order. It seems to put, like, let's see how it's doing it. Right, it's in 5. Right, it's not even in order, really. It's 5, and then it's to 4.2 on 4.23, 4.24. Right, it's kinda in order-ish. Then it puts current there. The hell? Yeah, I was thinking that. Okay. Right, we should have been able to start for the library, but we can do that later. Now, the interesting thing here, we can test a couple of things, right? What we can do is, as I said, I was watching a couple of videos this morning, right? And it was showing you how to turn things into, like, nanite usable. And then it was like showing you how to do a basic lumen setup as well. So yeah, we could try that. And as I said, see how it goes through there. Right. So if we type, where the fuck is it? You're just going to be an absolute pain in the arse, aren't you? Color wheel plugin. I don't really want to, but I'm going to. Kantan charts. Right. Right, okay. I know what these are. Would you like to rebuild them? Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Try rebuilding from source manually. Right, okay, well, you're not really helping here, are you? Right, where is... Right. So we've got to remember which ones we're doing here, right? So in here... Right. No, it's into assets. Right, so... Kantan charts. What Are you joking me? You joking me, really? So we can't have Kantan charts, right? Extended library. Right, at least we get that. Right, what was the other ones that it's not gonna like? Color wheel. Okay. I would not be in the slightest bit. 4.26. Ah, we ain't getting a colour wheel either. Right, so this is just a complete washout, man. This is the problem with Unreal Engine 5, right? Colour wheel, Kantan. Yes. I'm just giving off the impression I know what I'm doing, right? I really don't. Right, so what we need to do in theory is open up this. Come on. See, this is like UE5. Oh, for the love of God. See, there's nothing there. Right. Close that. I've got no idea what I'm doing here. Right, whatever. This will probably screw everything up that I can't work in 4.6 either, 4.27 either now. Right, that's how things tend to go. You muck about with one thing and it blows up the rest. And then you spend 3 days trying to fix it all. Awesome. Right, anyway. Don't know if this is going to make any difference. I very much doubt it. See, I don't know. Well, I kind of do. It's this colour wheel thing that's bugging us up. I think it's just the colour wheel that's screwing us up, right? And the Kantan chart, right? Which one is in the user in the main menu, and the other one is in the graphs, right? The colour one I could actually, both of them I could probably live without, but I haven't got replacements for them, so that's a bit of an issue. Right, I'm going to call that installing, cleaning up. Right, you're done. Okay, you're not done. Okay, you're done. right? So, but that basically still doesn't help us. We've got this colour wheel plug-in, Canton charts, different engine. It's not going to, we actually asked it to rebuild, right? But I think we need to open Unreal Engine 5 and then open it for there, right? But we can't do that unless we get rid of this and this, right? I'm just mucking about with things here that aren't going to give us a problem, right? This is all in, it's called a colour wheel. It's not what you think it is, it's actually a plug-in that draws a colour wheel so that you can actually use it like a colour picker, right? But you're thinking of the right thing. Right, so we've told it not, right, so there we go, see? We're not getting any errors on our plugins. Now, are you going to frickin' open? Hi, Jesse. What do you think, guys? Do you think this is going to open? Or is it just going to sit here and look at me? Getting the feeling it's just going to sit there and look at me. See, that did something, right? It says try rebuilding from source manually. There's not much to it, Mr. Program. It's not hard. There's only these. How? Alright, go. Open. Right, it's just going to say not found, not found. No, I'm just trying to get the bloody thing to work. I'm not trying to do it through anything. These are the C++. Right, wait a minute. Wait a blimmin' minute. Can I? This is the source, right? I'm wondering if this VC Proj. Interesting. Interesting concept. Right, it's not going to be in there. Right, hang on a second. So that doesn't exist. Did you see that? This does not exist. And it's VCX proj, right? So what's this one say? So that's right, but this one's definitely not, or at least it doesn't exist. C++ files, yes. Because the thing is, right, so this is VCX proj, right? So does it exist in does it actually exist is the question. Or the more timely question is, where does it exist? Right? So if it's not in here, which I don't think it is, I would have to do a search. Right? VCX. Now, proj. Now that would suggest that this file exists, but it might not. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. That's bollocks. Look. We actually have our headers in CPPs, but there's no code. Right? It's as if this thing here isn't there. Everything still works, it's just getting this to work in 5.1. And I don't think this actually exists. Right, unless don't know what those are for, right? But if we do that, you see that doesn't exist. So I think that's the built thing, right? I'm gonna try and show you, right, what I mean. Nah, it's unlikely it's incompatible code because I don't use anything that is kind of quirky, so there's nothing in there that isn't kind of standard, is what I'd say, right? Nothing that I would say is anything other than standard code. Right, now I'm not going to open this solution, right? what we're going to do is we're going to try and find it in here, right? So we can see that where it thinks it is in intermediate, right? Intermediate project files, Fabrica sparse, right? That's where it thinks it is. And this is where it thinks it is in project files, and there it's there, right? Now, the thing is that this doesn't exist in 5.1, right? And I'm pretty sure you'll notice it's because it's not got an intermediate, right? Now, we're going to do something mental because we're just pissing around, right? But that's the wrong one, right? But what we'll do is we'll copy this and we'll stick it in here. Right? Can we refresh? Look at that. But of course the problem is, oh look at that, we've got code. Alright, I quite impress myself sometimes, right? I really do quite impress myself sometimes with this shit, because most of the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing. C++ was never my forte. Right now, we're going to have to open this again, right? I'm going to close this down so I don't screw it. Because really this isn't what I wanted. All I wanted to do was open it up so I could build it, right? That was the whole point, right? Because I think I have to build it outside the engine, right? Which is basically here. But if it didn't have the files, the only thing I'm worried about now is this up here, which says Unreal Engine 5. Right, so these are the types of things that you never get shown in tutorials, right? That you've just got to kind of work out yourself because nobody else is going to tell you. Right, so we've got all our code now. You can see that all our code is working. And we've got... most of these are empty, by the way, right? For a very specific purpose. And that's because they were just there to build on if I ever wanted to build on them, right? I think one of the only ones is maybe the grid. Yeah. These have got stuff in them, right? And grid could be complete. Yeah, you see that's got a lot of code. So if you don't know Jess, C++ code backing up, right? So this is basically drawing grids on the screen in C++ because it's a lot faster, right? But now, what we should be able to do is build this. Now, what I'm really worried about is if it builds it to 4.27, then we'll be in trouble. See, I'm wanting to see where this is going to build to. see it's going to rebuild UE4. So what I think I'm going to have to do is actually do something with this. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything mental, Mr. Spock, don't worry. Right guys, if you're joining the stream and me mucking about trying to get this to work in 5.1, because I will need to get this to work as well in the actual Groenland, because there's a few things I do in C++ in Groenland as well, some calculations that I do, so I'm going to have to be able to sort this as well. So I'll be back in a minute. Hit the like and subscribe and the little belly thing and all the rest of it, and I shall be back in a moment or two. Don't go anywhere. Right, I'm back also. So, right. My next step here is, I've got a problem with this. It says UE4, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to close that down, right? We're happy with that as it stands right now. Well, not happy with it, but we know where we stand, right? So the next thing we're going to do is open Unreal Engine 5, hopefully. Right? And what we're going to do with that is we're going to open a project, a brand new project, and we're going to create a C++ class in it. And then we're going to look at the solution, and then we're going to see what we need to add and remove from our solution for our other project, if you get what I mean. Hopefully you understood that. Hope you understood me talking nonsense and probably gobbledygook. Right, so we're going to go games. We're going to go blueprint, right? But we're going to turn it into a C++, right? And we're going to do that for a laugh, right? And we're going to call it CPP test, which is probably about the worst thing that I can possibly call it, but we'll do it anyway. Because it's going to be like CPP test, CPP test, CPP test in the directories. Okay, I'll do this as a part of a tutorial for Jess, right? And this will blow Jess's mind, right? I'm not too sure if you've had me doing any C++, Mr. Spock. Maybe, maybe not. But the problem is I probably can't remember any. When you're ready, 5.1. No rush. Got all the time in the world. Right, now this is going to tell me something, right? Because see, when I was doing this before, right? When I was trying to do this before, I can't eat chips. How you doing, bud? Right. Okay, now I can't remember how to do this, so you're going to have to bear with me as I fumble around in Unreal Engine 5. Right, why has that not got a little thing on it? Oh, missing support for advanced rendering features. What? Whatever. It's still doing shit. Right, dismiss. Preparing shaders. Okay, prepare some shaders all you want, I don't care. Oh, you've drew a nice map. Isn't that lovely? What's all this crap? Your scene does not... It's not my bloody scene. What are you talking about? You told me that already. Right, can you stop telling me that? Right, we'll worry about that later. Have you created anything in Blender? Yes, I have. Help us improve by telling us your industry. I'm very industrious. Game development, I suppose. Right, whatever. Go away. Right. We've got a thing there. Don't know what it is. Apparently it's a landscape streaming proxy. Whatever the heck that is. I guess I'm going to find out soon enough. Right. Okay. Right. Can you... Right, I think it's still... yeah, it's still preparing shaders. That's the problem here. Right, so we'll give that a minute. Right. Breathe. Everybody breathe. While Unreal Engine 5 decides to work. Right, 47. Preparing shaders. Right, let me go and let me show you what I've done in Blender while we're bloody waiting for this bloody thing. Let me show you a couple of examples. Right, where are we? What have we got? Loads of things. There's the dagger. I did that in Blender. Still at 47 preparing shaders, by the way, so you're not missing anything. This is a crate in Blender. What else? Here is my super photorealistic thing in Blender. That was me going for photorealism, by the way. Here's a chest in Blender. Could never get that thing to bloody open, right? I had to end up splitting it into two parts and then just open it in Unreal Engine because I couldn't get the bloody animation in Blender to work. Right, so I'm not saying I'm any good at Blender, but I can do a little bit. The problem for me is it takes me all day to do anything really simple. There's a sword. And here's a Tesla tower that I made. Alright, once you get these spin, this was all built for Unreal Engine, like these are all different parts, and the rings all, you can set them to spin at speeds, and then there's particles up and down the middle and shit like that, right? Last one, since this is still doing its shader shit. Hammer. Hammery thing. Anything else you want to see? Where's the crossbow? axe. Blender. Axe head. That not, yeah, well. So that's Blender and what's it called? Substance Painter. Okay, and here's a bit of cartoon version of the crate. So that's like hand painted, that one. The other one was using Substance Painter and using basically like stuff and just putting it on like a material, whereas this was actually painting with a material. Right, that's not a very good picture actually, that's a better one I think, maybe. Yeah, so yeah, this is like more of an art style, it's more of the cartoony type thing. Right, and we made a chemical barrel. Still waiting on these shaders, apparently. Lifelike chemical barrel. Photorealistic again. We're going for there. Come to think of it, actually, you know what? They probably, there's a lot of these barrels only have one opening. Right, but some of them have two. Because I was took this off a reference image. But yeah. There you go. And there's a barrel. Done in Substance Painter and Blender. That enough? I need to find there's another one. There's one that Mr. Spock will like. It doesn't matter if you use cycles or not. Cycles is just for if you're doing rendering in Blender. We don't render in Blender. We just basically output. In fact, there's absolutely no reason for me to render in Blender anyway, because I output it to Substance Painter, then I apply the materials in Substance Painter, and then basically goes from there, it goes straight into Unreal Engine. It never touches Blender again. So I just use Blender for like the model itself, for the FBX, not for the materials or anything. Down to 27 shaders to go. As I said, I'm looking for one that I know for a fact, right, that I've got one here that Mr. Spock's gonna like. Took me ages to do this, right? Took me blooming ages. I don't know if I'll even be able to find it. In fact, I might have even just deleted the damn thing. What's this? Could be anything. I'm not actually happy about opening that up because I don't know what it is. Because it might be me doing something really stupid that's really bad and you'll all laugh at me. What I'm looking for is an actual snooker table. It's a snooker table, Mr. Spock. What's loading? Shaders in Unreal Engine 5 down here. It's got 16 to do. I'm gutted if I can't find this. Because it must have took me about a week to do this snooker table. Right? Because I actually did it in scale and everything. I did it so that I got the measurements of an actual snooker table. And I did it to the scale of the snooker table. So it actually does look pretty damn good. But I can't find it because I'm stupid. Is it going to be in here? I don't think so. Yeah, it's probably not in there. It's in a project somewhere. Let me see. What is it doing? Let's open that up. Let's see if I can see this. Right, I think it's in asset test, but it might not be. It might be in this one, asset check. Right, but there's definitely one here where I do, it's got a snooker table in it. Let's see if we can see it. Obviously not. The only thing I can think of it being in is in this asset check, right? But I don't think it is. So I don't want to open one up if it's not the one I think it is. No, so this is CPP test here. Yeah, I know, sorry. Sorry it takes so long. Well, hopefully I entertain you with my Blender models that I made. I hope you were suitably satisfied. Cat eats chips. The problem I have with the likes of Blender and Unreal Engine and Substance Painter and every other one of the programs that you use for this is by the time I want to do something in Blender again, I've completely forgotten everything about it. So basically it's like I have to learn the whole bloody thing again, and it's the same with Substance Painter. Right? So basically I've got to learn Blender again, and then I've got to learn Substance Painter again. So it's no fun. Plus the fact I'm not very good at Blender. Right? My brain doesn't work in a blendery way. Oh, it's done. My god. Right, okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File. And it's in a completely different place. Right. So, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I've got a tablet as well, but I don't really think it's that great for Blender. Right, it's more for like Substance Painter or something like that. Right, new C++ class, right? This is the type of thing we want. So we click on this, and we're going to say actor, right? Next. And then we're going to say CPP base actor. And it's going to be, you know how, that's what I said, CPP test, source CPP test. That's why it was a terrible name, right? So we'll go with that. Is this going to do its usual, by the way, and just bloody fail? And then make me load it up anyway? Come on. Come on, you know you want to. As I said before, in 5.00, I could never get this to work, right? I can get it to work in 4.26, 4.27, etc, etc, but please close editor and build from your IDE. Successful added class. You must recompile CPP test module. Would you like to edit it now? Yes, please. Like, here you go, right? See how it says loading project 1 of 2, Unreal Engine 5. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? We're going right back about half an hour or so, right? To the fact that it said Unreal Engine 4. Right, but this is fine, okay? Now, in reality, what you could do with this is, if we're not going to do anything and we don't want a tick, we can just say false on this. So we're not going to tick. Right? Now, for those who are using Unreal Engine 4, or Unreal Engine 5 for that matter, and have never looked at this, or were wondering if they first looked at C++ and they were going, what's this super tick? What's super tick? It's actually the parent, right? Right, so if this has got a parent, it's going to tick the parent. But what we can do is we can save that. Right now, there's two ways we can build this. We can do this and then hit build solution, right? And that's going to go through its build. Right, let's see how fast that is. You'll notice here how we've got this engine build and it's Unreal Engine 5. Right, so what we really need to do is build a solution right? And then manually build it from our what? What's the problem here? Line 45. Right, there isn't even a line 40 bloody 5, right? So this is just talking shit. And there should be a build button up here as well, which is not. Right, if archive field name is not. What? Right, install them then. That. Just get bloody on with it, for Jesus Christ's sake. Right, it's annoying me now. You might have guessed. So yes, this has been a successful stream. We'll